I'm a blade now. I can hardly believe it.
I used to dream of it. In the dream I was standing.
Did you find the Elder Scroll? What happened when you took it back to the throat of the world?
He must have returned to Sovngarde to feed on. If you don't find him soon, he'll return stronger than ever. Yes, we must think. He must have some means of traveling to and from Sovngarde, but no tale tells where that might be. Very true. I wonder, do you know the Jarl's palace in Whiterun? Yes, exactly. Most people don't know that it was originally built to hold a captive dragon, hence its name. Oh, this was thousands of years ago, before the Akaviri Crusaders cleansed Skyrim of dragons. Skyrim's mountains were still infested with dragons. One of the early Nord kings caught the dragon and kept it in Dragon's Reach. You could trap him there, exactly. Although it might be difficult to persuade the Jarl to allow you to use his palace as a dragon trap. I'm sure you'll manage, though. If you can defeat the World Eater, surely sweet-talking the Jarl of Whiterun isn't beyond you. I'm afraid there's a further problem, a serious one. I've discovered who the Greybeard's leader really is. All well and good, but did you know that he was Alduin's chief lieutenant in ancient times? It's true that his crimes are long in the past, but the Blades have been hunting him for centuries, but justice demands that he die for his crimes. Until he is dead, I'm afraid my oath as a Blade prevents me from offering you aid and comfort. Then came the last. Light.
This is how you repay our trust. Parthenax's trust, his noble spirit, the wisdom of ages, his deep understanding of our existence, all gone? And for what? A mindless vendetta urged on you by a cabal of Akaviri barbarians. Begone, before even my philosophy is tested beyond the breaking point. We are men of peace, and you are not. We have nothing to say to each other. Parthenax's murder is beyond my powers of forgiveness. We have nothing to say to each other. Parthenax's murder is beyond my powers of forgiveness.
Do you need something? Have you decided to do the right thing? I knew we could count on you. Glad to have you back on our side. What do you need, Dragonborn?
By my lead, then. You have my steel.
Bob, let's not waste any time.
Did you need something? That's all.
need, Dragonborn.
Watch yourself. These Nordic ruins are notorious for the truth.
Don't take this the wrong way, but you look a little sickly.
city. I've actually never managed to visit Whiterun, but I always wanted to.
Be careful.
What do you want?
Need something?
Do you hunt? The plains outside Whiterun are ripe with game.
You've been a good friend to me. That means something.
Wait, I know you.
Come to Dragon's... I had you figured for a mage. I think you'll appreciate this. You know, if you've got the aptitude, you should join the Mages College in Winterhold. Well done. Not many enchanters could pull that off.
Not as dumb. Whiterun, what? I must have misheard you. I thought you asked me to help you trap a dragon in my palace. Of course. You already saved Whiterun from that dragon. I owe you a great deal. But I don't understand. Why let a dragon into the heart of my city when we've been working so hard to keep them out? Alduin, the World Eater himself. But how can we fight him? Doesn't his return mean it's the end times? I don't know about such things, but I heard the Greybeard summon you. That's good enough for me. Now what's this nonsense about trapping a dragon in my palace? Then Whiterun will stand with you, Dragonborn. We will take the risk and gain the glory, whether it be in victory or defeat. So what's the plan, then? How do you intend to lure a dragon into the trap? Oh. Well, probably for the best. It will give me time to see if that old trap still works, and break the news to the men. We'll be ready, don't worry. You do have a plan for actually luring a dragon into this trap, don't you?
talking about?
Fiend! Fiend! Fiend!
You'll have to speak up. I'm a little deaf in my right ear.
Interesting problem. Yes. I've been poring over the records here in Skyhaven Temple.
An unguessed trove of lost lore. But the important thing is that the Blades recorded many of the names of dragons they slew. Cross-referencing this with Delphine's map of dragon burial sites, I believe I've identified one of the dragons that Alduin has raised up. Don't you see? The names of dragons are always 3 words of power, shouts. By calling the dragon with a voice, he will hear you wherever he might be. He's not compelled to, but dragons are prideful by nature and loath to refuse a challenge. Your voice in particular is likely to intrigue this dragon after your victory over Alduin. I think it's very likely that he will be unable to resist investigating your call. Indeed. I'm no master of the voice, but it is written here in this scroll. Oda Ving, winged snow hunter, as I read it. Yes? What is it?
Thanks for looking after Hrefna.
Oh, it's no trouble. She's a smart little girl. Not the fair of she's
Well, I know she thinks the way.
But we are in this together, yes.
Good to see you.
We're ready, Dragon Ball. As I promised, my men stand ready. The great chains are oiled. We wait on your word.
What an amazing city.
My men know what to do. Make sure you do your part. I'm putting my city in your hands.
Fiend!
Hear that?
You went to a great deal of trouble to put me in this humiliating position. In Sir Alduin, No doubt you want to know where to find Alduin. Renikvaza, an apt phrase. Alduin Boval. One reason I came to your call was to test your Thuum for myself. Many of us have begun to question Alduin's lordship, whether his Thuum was truly the strongest. Among ourselves, of course, Muni Mae, none were yet ready to openly defy him. Once Lord Croesus, innumerable pardons, I digress. He has traveled to Sovngarde to regain his strength, devouring the Silesure, the souls of the mortal dead, a privilege he jealously guards. His door to Sovngarde is at Skuldafn, one of his ancient fanes high in the eastern mountains. Mindoran pa ok midove navarantil. I surely do not need to warn you that all his remaining strength is marshaled there. Zuulost ofan hinlan. Now that I have answered your question, you will allow me to go free? Serve you? No. Need id. If and when you defeat Alduin, I will reconsider. Croesus. There is one detail about Skuldafn I neglected to mention. Only this. You have the Thuum of a Dova, but without the wings of one, you will never set foot in Skuldafn. Of course, I could fly you there, but not while imprisoned like this. Onikan Korav Gain Mirad. It is wise to recognize when you only have one choice. And you can trust me. Zuni Tarudis. Alduin has proven himself unworthy to rule. I go my own way now. Free me, and I will carry you to Skaldafin.
I've actually never managed to visit Whiterun, but I always wanted to.
Wait, I know you. There's no mistake. You're... Oh, we'll look the other way this time. But even the Jarl's influence has its limits. Be more careful. Something to tell... You sure about that? You want to let that dragon loose after all? Your funeral. Someone else is gonna have to help you get him back in there again. Get ready to open the trap.
Was nu. Dini dein Rufe Astman. Saran Uth, I await your command as promised. Are you ready to see the world as only a Dova can? Zuk Brit Oth, I warn you, once you've flown the skies of Kaizal, your envy of the Dove will only increase.